Good morning, Bande Matram. Welcome all of you. Here we are going to take up a topic for discussion on this morning is on pay the price. That is the topic of discussion for this morning. On this topic, we are supposed to have a brief discussion. Pay the price. So, thing is that when it is the common saying, whenever you have purchased something, naturally you have to pay the price because it is meant for sale, unless otherwise it is a gift, so you must pay for that. That is the criteria. That is what has to happen. So here in the spiritual case, you can remember, in other words also, there is you have to pay the price. Suppose you have triggered something, naturally you have to pay the price. You have borrowed something or you have done something, naturally for that you have to pay the price. This is a barter system, and the buy and purchase and sell, buyer and seller relationship, you have to pay the price. Thing is that here in the spiritual relationship, what price has to be paid, that is what to be discussed right now. Mother course, in the initial line, all of you have come here, have been told many things, have come here means to the spiritual path, to ashram, to pursue the spiritual life, to go for the supramental preparation. So many things have been told to you, not one or two, many things have been told to you. Even if it is not the direct approach, indirectly also it is done. And many ways sometimes we escape because we are not able to fulfill the conditions. Then that moment also it has been expressed, it has been told. It is splendidly explained, so that time you can see for what you are here. Otherwise, suppose you are unable to fulfill the criteria, then also there is a short path of surrender. So self-consecration, with which really the thing is that the mother will directly come and pay for it. And suppose I have eaten some food from a restaurant, and I don't have anything to pay, I can't pay. So that time actually one credit system is there, or that shopkeeper owner, he knows my father. Then itself I will complete up my food and I will come back. It is in the credit page. My father will go and he has to pay everything up. So once it is done, you have to pay it out. The thing is that other course, when all of you who have come here have been told many things, not one or two, many things. What are the things you have been told? You have to be, you have been put into contact with the world of truth. Number one, in contact, put into contact with the world of truth. Second, you live within it. That is because initially when I came, I was in the mother's womb. After some time, maybe 10 months, 10 days, that also is not valid for nowadays. Of course, the maturity comes around 6 months to 9 months, to 7 months, 180 to 210 days. That maternal maturity is there, infant maturity is there. Then you have to see the world. And which were this visible world where really we are moving and we are roaming, there itself what we have to do, we have to we have to be in contact with the world of truth, and you live within it. Not only in contact in that world, we have to live within it. The air you breathe is full of it. The air you breathe, it is given to you. For that also you are supposed to pay, but you are not paying. See, during the corona time now itself, that corona tandav has come down little bit. Of course, somehow it is there. It is now part of the society. It is the part of life journey. Corona will never go. Like that malaria is there, HIV is there, cancer is there. So corona has been a part of society and part of life. So for that actually, when there was the problem of breathing, oxygen level came down. That time actually what happened? The air you breathed, you could not be able to breathe. Oxygen level came down like anything up to 60, 50 level. For that actually ventilator was used. You went and got admitted to a high-pay hospital. For that, actually, for a couple of days, you have paid in lakhs. No, even if you are not paying, the government has paid in lakhs. It was there. But the thing is that here we are breathing at every moment, but we are not paying for that. And then, yet how few of you know that the truth are the valuable only if they are put into practice. Truth have value when it is put into practice, and that is useless to talk of consciousness and knowledge and the equality of soul, universality, infinity, eternity, supreme truth, and the divine presence. That's what all sort of things like that. So many ways you have been explained on many facts, many things you have been explained. You have been told to go and stick the right path, to know really what you are there. I will try to quote it again. Put into contact with the world, you live within it. The air you breathe is full of it. And yet, how few of you know that these truths are validity only if they are put into practice. Put into practice, they have got the validity if it is put into practice. And that is useless to talk of the consciousness, knowledge, equality of soul, universality, infinity, eternity, supreme truth, and the divine presence. All these things are completely admirable and completely valuable things in life. But the thing is that you must know. These are the you must know, you must go into, you must live in it, you must try to analyze that. These are the requirement. All sorts of things like that. If you make no effort yourself to live these things and feel them, not only live, two things you have to do. First, you have to leave these things, and the second, to feel them concretely within it. Those two things you must do, you must do. These are the requirements. These are the surrounding, these are the requirement, these are the criteria, these are the conditions I am living and breathing. So every time you have to live in it and feel it. That is what the requirement concretely. So don't tell yourselves. Most of the time, what really we tell, that is what that has been quoted by the mother. Oh, I have been here so many years. Like I am a guest. I have gone to my sasural. I have stayed for some time. Not likely, unlikely. I have been here so many years. Oh, I would be very much like to have the result of my own effort. I have done. I have created something. So for that only for my I must be gifted with my the result of my own effort. That's what is required. You must know that a very persistent effort, very steadfast endurance are necessary. So normally what we claim, I have lived so many years here, I must be paid for my get the result of my effort. That is what the requirement we some most of the time we claim. But the thing is that you must know, working claiming that these are not the major criteria, but you must know very persistent, to know that very persistent efforts and very steadfast endurance are necessary. Two things there in the mother quote: persistent effort and steadfast endurance necessary to master the least weaknesses. Weaknesses are there. With the weakness to naturally we are not strong. By the way of our endeavor, we are trying to grow up, and ignore we have to ignore it, and we have to overcome our weaknesses. But weaknesses are there, no doubt of it. And to overcome the weakness, that needs a steadfast and a long endurance, not within a single attempt all will go. That is not the criteria. You have to keep enduring, and it must be the steadfast, it must be a regular, in the regular manner it must be done. The least pettiness, the least weakness and the least pettiness, whatever is there in you, so that must be overcome. Necessity to master, not only overcome, you have to master over two things. One is the least weakness, and the second, the least pettiness, the least number three, the least meanness one has. So that's what you must master over. Number one is your least weakness, second is your least pettiness, third is your least meanness. of your nature. You must master over that. For that, actually, once or twice within the trying, it can't be. So suppose I can give you an example. One weak kingdom is there, unprepared, unaware. Some strong neighbor is coming and acquiring it. So the kingdom is won, but not the mentality of the people. Their freedom is never, and it is not at all, you have not mastered over their freedom. That is what you must know. For that, actually, you have to do something. You have to prove it. That is what. Suppose one party, people who are loyal, and in a shortest margin, that party has lost power for internal revolution, disinterestedness, dissent, and all. But thing is that people have their own mentality. BJP people, they are having own mentality. Congress people, they are having own mentality. So very difficult to patch up. For that, actually, long, steadfast, and that resolution is required. And you not only to resolve to win over, but thing is that you have to master over your least meanness, pettiness, and your your weaknesses. So what you have to do? What is to the use of talking about the divine love? Only sometimes we talk, that's what we do. Talking about the divine love, if one cannot love without egoism. We speak of the great things like divine love, divine anand, divine force, divine shakti. So many ways we talk of. But thing is that we can't love without egoism. That is that without it is not there. Only ego. We are packed with the chock full of ego. Only egos are there, nothing else. And with the ego, if we are unable to even to love my fellow, my wife, my family, my children, my husband, then how can I fit in? What liberty have I got to speak of this divine love? What is the use of talking about immortality? Then after this divine love comes the immortality. If one has stubbornly attacked by the to the past and the present, if one does not want to get anything in order to receive anything, so only the mentality we are staying in our past or to some extent in the present. But we talk of the immortality, eternity, infinity, long way, long way, long way. So for that, if one does not want to give anything in order to receive anything, if you want to receive anything, you have to give anything, give anything, something or everything. Without, I must not sacrifice, but I want to gain. How that formula it really works, and how you will be actually much more a gainer in that aspect. That's what to be seen. That's what you must know. So that is a very interesting thing you must pick up. You must think again and again, mother course. You are still very young. Everywhere now youth has been appreciated, youth has been taken care. This young experiment is going on in a big way. You see that is what happening. So you are still very young, but you must learn right away that to reach the goal you must know how to pay the price. Okay, you are young, you have the glittering youth, you are passing over like anything. Your motive, your motion is something different. Now itself you have been accredited, so a lot of credit is there on you, lot of expectations are there. But thing is that one thing is when there is every all the possibilities of the probabilities are bestowed upon you, so you are respected, you have been appreciated. But thing is that you have to fulfill the promise. That is what it is your duty. How you want to show, you have to show. You must know how to pay the price. That's what mother, after a long discussion, mother now portrayed. You must know how to pay the price. And number one, how to pay the price. That is the major thing you must know. And that to understand the supreme truths, you must know what is the supreme truth. Simply you are not here to spend your time here with this and that. So understand the supreme truths, you must put them into practice in your daily life. That is what, in your daily life you must practice the supreme truth. That is what the requirement. So for that, actually, you must be it is badly necessary to come into the consciousness That's what you must know. You must stay in the right consciousness. With that right consciousness, you must pay for it, and you must know how to master over your instincts, your pettiness, your smallness, and all. You must be very much conscious, and if you will be able to know how to live the divine life and know the divine truth, that is the mission, and for that only you must have the steadfast endurance. That endeavor must be there. That is the need of the time that must be understood, and you must go forward. Time to stop here. Bande Matram.